Hi, I am Caitlin over here at TherapyWorks, and I'm joined today by Lydia Kepler, one of our awesome PTAs, and she's here to talk about ankles and ankle pain. So ankle pain is the reason that we're doing this today is it's actually one of the top 10 conditions that we treat over here at TherapyWorks. And so I wanted to ask you, Lydia, why are ankles so commonly in pain?
Honestly, it's because we are actually on our feet a lot. We are constantly walking, moving, even just within our house to outside of the home. So you use them all the time and you use them every day. So it's kind of one of the first things that we'll notice if it hurts, we notice it quickly.
Yeah, absolutely. So, and just kind of following along with that, what are some common causes of ankle pain?
One of the most common is kind of an overuse thing because, again, we do walk on them every single day for the most part. Arthritis is a wear and tear type of condition. So obviously, again, when we're walking every day on them over the years of our life, they are going to have a lot of wear and tear. And then you think about all the activities we do, everything from grocery shopping to stairs, going down to do laundry. We use them a lot, and there's a lot of opportunities to have kind of a twisted ankle or any kind of overuse pain.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, especially if you're an athlete, athletes use them so much.
Yes, everything,
even
jumping,
besides
balance,
running, yeah, and
yes.
Changing direction and kicking things and.
Absolutely. So, yeah, athletes are ankles are actually one of the more prone things to get injured because ankles are your first strategy for balance. Yeah. And then it kind of moves up your leg on your muscles.
Yeah. And, especially this time of year is where, kind of getting, if this rain will go away,
right.
Getting into this nicer weather and people who maybe haven't been getting around so much or much more, getting outside, playing kickball, kicking around Absolutely. The park. That kind of
thing. And even people that maybe walk on a daily basis, like they're just starting to be able to get out again, and ankles may not actually be used to it since we've been inside for winter for several months or in the cold weather. We're always trying to encourage people to kind of keep up some of those exercises during the winter, going someplace else to keep your walking up. But that being said, it's cold outside and it doesn't happen as often as any of us would like to.
Absolutely.
So springtime,
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Nope, I was just going to say springtime is always the time when we start getting up and getting moving again. And we'll find out the things that are sore or tight, or maybe we're in pain and we kind of forgot about them.
So for those people who are, just getting back on their feet and starting to kind of, or, are getting on their feet more often and are starting to sort of feel that pain. One of the first things that people often want to do is to get some stretches in. So what are some good stretches for people who get up and are experiencing some ankle pain?
Okay. So I brought a helper here, and it's my shoe.
Oh, that's so clever.
So just because I was the other night, I put my foot up by my head and I haven't done enough stretches today. Or
this is not a gymnastics demonstration.
Right? So honestly, one of the easiest things, our ankle moves in several different directions. And with kind of rotations, there's actually a ton of bones in the ankle joint. And so a number of things can be irritated or strained. So one of the easiest things and one of the best things that we always recommend is ankle pumps. So if this is my foot, it's just up and down, really stretching out that ankle, getting it moving, getting all the joint capsules to really just kind of, we always had a teacher that said motion is lotion. Motion through those ankle joints is going to help all the fluid within the joint capsules stay fluid. I mean, stay fluid.
Yeah, absolutely.
Keeping everything in the best possible way on motion. Another one I always recommend, and because it kind of actually leads on up, because if we have a pain in a joint, such as the ankle, things are going to be affected usually in theory on either side of it. And so this is moving up to the calf. If you're standing, doing heel raises, because then it's working the backside of your calf muscle, and you're just standing and you're going up on your toes. So almost like I was pretending like I'm reaching up to grab something from the top of the cabinet. And you're
Gotcha. So just up to
straight
your
up.
tippy toes. Is it both
Yep.
feet at the same time?
Both feet at the same time. Yes. So
So
if you want to work on it, it helps with your balance anyway. It helps with actually heel raises help with a lot of different things. So balance, walking, strengthening, ankle stability and stuff. So they're kind of an all around great exercise to do.
awesome. And you did mention a little bit about like calf strengthening or calf stretches. Is that a good place to start if you're, having issues with your ankle?
It never hurts. I would actually recommend, I mean, we do free consultations. If it's something that you're concerned about, if it's something that's been causing you pain, and it doesn't even have to be horrendous pain. You do walk on your ankles every day. And so anytime that, if there's ever something that you're just like, this doesn't seem right, this doesn't feel right, always welcome to come into us to do free consultations, because that may give us an idea or you a better idea of, one, if therapy is appropriate or not. It may be something simple and we say, hey, your calf muscle or this. That's the only thing with jumping in. Sometimes with exercises like the two I showed, you can pretty much do, unless something's tragically broken, like it's not, you're not going to make anything worse. You start
and this is the part where I do jump in and I say, if you have any pain with any of these things, like this is a very general kind of advice if you're having ankle issues. But if it causes an increase of pain, or if you're worried that, it might, just because these are general and work for a lot of people, it's not tailored specifically for you. So I mean, it's a good starting place, but if it's causing any problems at all, or if you're even concerned,
get the follow-up.
Give us a call.
Yes, exactly. And they're free. And so, we can give some great information and moving forward on how to best help.
Absolutely. So, as people are starting to get out there, even if they're not experiencing ankle pain yet, especially if they've had like strains or sprains in the past, they might be concerned about injury, especially this time of year. So what are some good ways to avoid ankle injuries?
So one is actually, one of the biggest ones is paying attention to your surroundings, knowing when you have a curb coming up, knowing when you're going downstairs, paying attention to those surroundings, because that is a common way when you're walking and stepping off of accidentally step off the side of a sidewalk into grass, makes a difference. That being said,
don't text and walk, guys.
Don't text and walk, definitely. Another thing is really like kind of the way you walk. There is a right way to walk, as far as like kind of a heel toe, your heel strike, different things. It's something that we can sit here and actually watch the way you walk and videotape it and kind of give it. And this is in that free consult too, is give examples of showing where, figure out exactly what it is that you're doing that might be a little off, especially if you're feeling the pain oftentimes with walking.
Awesome. Yeah, that's some great advice. So, lots of people have ankle pain, anyone from, seniors to young athletes and anyone in between. So how do you know if it a lot of ankle pain just kind of tends to go away. So how do you know if it's crossed the boundary of, okay, I should go ahead and call somebody, I should go ahead and get this checked out?
Right. So one of the things is what you said is sometimes it goes away quickly. If it's been happening, if you've been feeling it for a while, that's always a good one symptom is time. It's not going away. Secondly is if it's restrictive, if it is preventing you from doing something. And this is like daily activity stuff, even standing to cook, standing to take a shower, that it's where you're wanting to avoid those things because it's causing pain or even, it doesn't even have to be pain. It can even be just discomfort. But any kind of restriction, whether it be to your daily activities, or if you're noticing that you just can't move or bend your ankle without a lot of pain, would be a good idea. Again, really, if you are having a lot of pain, that is a key thing to definitely get it checked with a medical doctor. And then really just, if anything that, like I said earlier, sometimes things just feel off. You don't feel like you're walking right. You're noticing that you're just favoring maybe one side or another. Some of those things are things that we can really again goes into the consultations. We can kind of take a look at what you're doing and see if we can figure out where we can help.
Absolutely. And, you know, and I do want to jump in here. Like sometimes people think like, oh, you know, you talked about like if it doesn't go away and they're like, oh, well, it does go away when I stop doing this thing. Like it's only when I climb the stairs. It's only when I play my sport. It's only when I take a longer walk. And it's like, well, that's not going away.
Right. Because that's the
not-
thing. Now you're right. You're going to start restricting the things that you're wanting to do. And
Exactly.
that would be like a restriction. Like it's something it's making it so anymore you avoid the stairs.
Exactly.
That you're not putting 100% into the practice, you know, saving it for game day because you don't want to be sore later, you know, you don't want it to hurt.
Yeah. So, you know, if you are feeling any of those things, you know, like Lydia said, a complimentary consultation is absolutely a great direction to go. And I mean, you covered a lot of this, but, you know, I just want to reiterate, like they're like one of my favorite things that we do, because I always kind of describe it to people like, you know, I'm not a therapist, but I, you know, work with you guys. I have friends who are therapists. If I am like not quite sure about something or I don't know where to turn next, I can give you guys a call. Not everybody has a friend who's a therapist. Not everyone has a friend who's a doctor. And we are those, like we are your friends who are that. You can give us a call. We can do a complimentary consultation in person or over the phone. It's only about 10 to 15 minutes. So, you know, it doesn't take a lot of time. It doesn't take, you don't even have to be here in person. It's just a very quick, like they'll talk through what you're experiencing, what you've tried, what maybe you haven't tried, and point you in the right direction. And if it's therapy, that's great. We can get you right in. We can, you know, help streamline the whole process of like getting a referral from your doctor if you need that for insurance and, you know, figuring out schedule, like we can streamline the whole process. And if it's not therapy, you know, we can also help. TherapyWorks has been in Lawrence for almost 30 years. So we know the resources, we know the options, we know what like opportunities to send you towards, you know, and oftentimes it's not a therapy problem, but we know what the next step should be or could be. And we can, and like basically what you will know after your complimentary consultation is you'll know that you're taking the right step towards getting it handled, you know? So it's a really great thing that we do. And like, I love it. I think it's just the best thing. And I will say that till the end of my days. But if you're having any questions or any pain, just give us a call. The number is 785-749-1300. So that's really all the questions I had for you today, Lydia. Do you have anything else that you'd like to add before we sign off?
I don't think so. Honestly, I like the biggest thing I do want to is what you kind of just said with the consultations. Like it's a great direction pointer. Sometimes, especially with ankles, there's numerous things that could be going on, and sometimes just figuring out the right spot where to start. So this is kind of an easy one, and it's free, and so it's, you know, we're here to help.
Yeah, and you know, and sometimes the answer is, oh, give it another couple days of ice, and it'll probably get better. And sometimes the answer is you need to go get an X-ray. And no matter what, we've got the answer for you. So
absolutely.
Yeah, so don't hesitate. Go ahead and reach out if you're having any issues. And thank you so much, Lydia, for talking with me today.
Absolutely. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thanks.